What's up, guys? Another episode of Do It All Garage. I just wanted to kind of rant a little bit about having a side hustle. Okay. Before I start, I want to say that I am in no way qualified to be giving out any kind of professional financial advice or anything like that. Okay. But what I try to do to earn extra money to pay for tools and just things that I want to buy, things that I don't absolutely have to have but I want them, instead of taking money that I could buy groceries with or make my car payment or pay on my house or whatever. I try to have a little side hustle. All right, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you. Okay, I'm the kind of guy that if I'm driving to work and someone put a lawnmower out on the side of the road with a free sign on it, I'm getting it. I'm going to pull over and I'm going to load it up in my truck. That doesn't mean that I want this thing and I'm going to dump a bunch of money and work into it and keep it. I may grab that thing. I may try to get it running. I might put a few dollars into it, try to get it running and sell it. I wouldn't try to get rich off of it, but that's just one example of having a little side hustle. Okay. And my point to this is, there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh man, I can't afford this, or I can't do that because of money issues or whatever. And in a lot of cases, I get it. I know it's expensive, especially for people that have kids and just different things. I've got student loans, I've got kids, I've got a mortgage, daycare to pay for, all that stuff. But what will help put a dent in that stuff is having a side hustle. Okay. And I wanted to talk about this because if you're too proud to pull over on the side of the road and grab a lawnmower or a bicycle or something like that, then you probably don't deserve to make money off of it. You don't deserve it. The next guy will. Someone else will grab it. The reason you shouldn't be too proud to do things like that is because let's say you might feel embarrassed if someone saw you picking something up off the side of the road, or let's say it's heavy trash day and someone's got a nice lawn chair or something out there, anything. And I'm not necessarily saying you got to go digging through dumpsters and hauling home a bunch of junk that's pretty much worthless. But the reason I'm basically saying to not be embarrassed to do something like that is because the people that would make you feel embarrassed if they saw you doing it, they don't care about you. Most of them, in general, they're not going to put gas in your car. They're not going to buy your groceries. They're not going to buy your tools for you. Okay? So don't feel embarrassed. Do it for yourself, do it for your family, whatever you want to do it for. But I've made a lot of extra money doing things like that. Okay, let me show you an example. This golf bag, okay, my wife's aunt and uncle were cleaning their garage out and they were going to set all this stuff out on the side of the road, and I caught wind of that. And one of the things in there was this golf bag. It's in perfectly good used condition. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll come over and whatever you want to get rid of, I'll load it up in my truck. And they were glad to give it to me because they don't want to mess with it, But I can get anywhere from $10 to $30 for that. It probably cost 100 or 150 new. I've already listed that on Facebook Marketplace, and I got a buyer lined up for $30 for tomorrow. That's $30, man. You can buy a spool of welding wire with that. You can refill, one of your tanks on your welding machine. Anything, 30, or stick it in the bank. They also gave me a pretty expensive jogging stroller, and they gave me an old Schwinn bicycle. It's in pretty good shape. It needs a cable, but those are collector's items to some people. So as I was saying, they were things like that are collector's items to some people. and I could put some new tubes in it, you know, and air the tires up and clean it up really good and find a cable, you know, and fix it up and maybe sell it for maybe 100 to 200 bucks, or I could sell it as is for, you know, 50 or 80 bucks and not even do any work to it, you know, not invest any of my time in it. But it's things like that. You have to recognize opportunities. You know, I'm probably going to sell that jogging stroller again. That thing was probably $200 to $400 brand new, and it's still perfectly fine. And you know, I'm going to sell that thing for probably, I don't know, I'll probably ask like $50 for it or something like that. They also gave me this old fold-up bicycle, and I don't know where the heck it is. It's probably over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And that thing's so freaking cool. It's old. It's like from the 70s or 80s or something. And I might fix that thing and keep it. Not that I ride bikes all the time or anything like that. But anyway, you know, basically what it boils down to is you have to recognize an opportunity. Okay? I've literally found bicycles stuck out on the side of the road in a trash pile that literally didn't need anything. I didn't even have to air the tires up in them. And I'm not too proud to pull over and throw them in my truck. You know, one example, I found a bicycle in my neighbor's trash pile, you know, heavy trash day or whatever, where people put furniture out on the side of the road and stuff like that, and the trash people will come pick it up. I grabbed that bike, instead of letting it go into a landfill and sit there for 400 years until it deteriorates. I grabbed it, took it home, made sure there was nothing wrong with it, and I sold the thing for $75. Okay. To me, that's not chump change. Okay. A lot of you out there, maybe it is. To me, it's not. I will take a free $75 lick anytime, you know, but you really have to, you got to know what you're working with. You got to know what the value is of something when you see it. Like, for example, the lawnmower again. Worst case scenario, you could get $5 or $10, even if someone just needs it for parts, you know. Someone might need the gas tank or the wheels or the pull cord assembly or something like that off of it, even if the motor's toast, you know. So it's still worth something to somebody. It's much better than it going in the trash. But you can take something that someone's throwing away or giving away or whatever and turn it into cash and buy tools with it, or, you know, put it in the bank, make for a brighter future, I guess. But anyway, what it boils down to, do not feel embarrassed. Okay, if you're too proud, if you feel like you're too good to do something like that, you don't deserve it. If you're not, and you're willing to work and you're willing to hustle, you do deserve it. So stop and grab that item on the side of the road and sell it. You will make money. And over a long period of time, having that extra side income, especially if you stack it and maybe invest it, buy and sell some bikes, or, you know, computers or whatever you're into, tools maybe, and it will multiply over time. But you have to start somewhere. So don't be too proud to have a side hustle. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.